Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Priya's English World. Speaking in English is fashion. I make it as your passion. Today in this video, I am going to provide you comprehensive steps and resources which I have been following in my daily life to become fluent in English. Friends, as well as I would going to provide a perfect schedule for beginners to become fluent in English. Without any further ado, let's move on to the video. Okay friends, in this video, I am going to cover 4 aspects of learning a language. It's not only for English language, it's apt for every language which you have to become fluent. Especially in this video, we are going to see about English language. How to become fluent in English language. You know one thing? These steps which I am going to share with you, these are my experience which I have been following in my regular days to become fluent in English, and I see the drastic improvement in myself and gain a confidence, so that only I would like to share these steps with you friends. Okay friends, let's see the 4 aspects of English. We all are know that LSRW, which means listening, reading, writing and speaking. These are the 4 aspects of learning a language. Now I am going to share each aspects and with their resources, how to use, what to use and how long we will to use these and to become fluent in English language. Before that, I would like to share important tips with you friends. Don't study English, just live with English. Yes friends, of course, if you want to follow these steps which I am going to tell in this video, don't take it as a task. If you take it as a task means at a particular time you become difficult and you will quit. So I would prefer that live with English and start to enjoy this process and enjoy the aspects which I am going to share with you, because I started to enjoy the whole process in my English journey, and it will give a drastic change in myself with a self-confidence. Okay friends, let's begin with the first aspect. The first aspect is speaking. Speaking is the biggest problem that we are struggling to speak in front of others. Am I right? So we have to give a more importance to speaking when compared to other aspects. For that, I would like to prefer how to start speak in English. When will we speak in English? I always prefer that first, if you want to speak in English, first step, start to talk to yourself, because I will speak myself in front of the mirror. It's called mirror talking. I always prefer that friends, because I would like to share this my experience as every day I stand in front of the mirror and talk to myself, and I start to describe the things what I see around my room. Yes friends, it gives the self-confidence to me, because that there is no one to judge us, because if I make any mistake means no one laugh at me. Am I right? So I would continuously, spontaneously I will speak in English in front of the mirror looking into my face. This is the first step I will going to share with you. And the next, speaking in English. If we want to speak in English means definitely we have a co-learner. That means if you are feeling that I don't have a person to speak in English, how can I speak? I have a person, I want a person to speak, then only I have that get the confidence. Like that means I would like 2 apps, that is the very best resources which you have to follow in your daily life, which means first I followed AceFluency app, which I installed 3 months before at the beginning stage of my English journey, and I started to use the app. It's very useful friends. It's absolutely very useful to me and safe to use as well as. And in that we have 30 minutes minimum time for each and every day. We have to speak in that app freely. It's very important for us, because in our middle class family we don't have money to buy a paid app like that, Cambly, like that. So it is a very best app which we have to use. Not only we, everyone have to use this app, because each and every day there are 30 minutes they give free app to speak in English, and you can speak with different kinds of co-learners from different states and different countries, and you will get lot of ideas while speaking English. And the second app, which name is called Sivi. Actually, I use that app name called AceFluency. In that app, one of my co-learner from Russia, I don't know her name, I just forgot it, but she is from Russia, and she suggested me a app name called Sivi, speaking English app. Like that, AceFluency. It's both are similar to use. In Sivi speaking English app also offer 30 minutes per day to speak with co-learners freely. So I would highly recommend you to use this both app. One is Sivi, another one is AceFluency. Next aspect is listening. Yes friends, listening is the most important tool we have to use to become fluent in English. Because of that, I always used to prefer listening, because speaking and reading and writing is very quite boring for us, because we always say excuses to practice these and that steps. But when come to listening, we always prefer that listening, because while we traveling or when we are free in house, we always listen English video songs and English Netflix movies with subtitles like that. And I will highly recommend to you listen to the podcast. Yes friends, if you start to listen podcast, you will gain your advanced level of vocabularies, because I would prefer that I used to improve my English language by listening to use the podcast which available in Spotify. That name of the series called Mahabharata. Yeah, of course friends, it's very beautiful and very simple to understand. So I would recommend to you to use these steps like Spotify Mahabharata, and you also listen English music, audiobooks, and I have completed the audiobooks like Alchemist, You Can Win, and now I am going on the way a Power of Atomic Habits. These are the audiobooks. There are a lot of audiobooks available in both YouTube and Spotify, and I would prefer that you to just follow these steps, start listening. And one more main tips is, when you start to listening, you have to give your full concentration on the listening particular things which you have to do, because if you listen the time you got distracted in any other situation means, just don't do that. Just concentrate fully in that listening, then only you have to improve yourself. And if while listening, if you came across from a new vocabulary, then you try to find out the meaning. That means just Google the meaning, just know the meaning. You don't want to memorize it. Next aspect is reading. Reading is most important thing which we have to follow in our English journey. Basically, I too lazy to reading books, because when I started to reading, I feel quite boring. I just closed the books and I went away. But I started my English journey 2 months ago. Not English journey, I started my reading habit 2 months ago, and still now I am continuing it. So now I am going to share my experience with you. In first beginning stage, when I started to read, I feel quite boring. But I am sure that if you continue it for several days, definitely it become your very interesting part of your life. Yes friends, I would like to start reading the books. I prefer that I started to read You Can Win. Another one is The Beauty of Purpose of Life, which was written by Shahala Parveen. She is my inspiration. I inspired a lot by her pronunciation, speaking skills, communication, like that. So I would like to tell you that start reading friends. It's not about you want to read books like that. Start reading articles, story books, and a newspaper. What you like, just do it. You don't want to follow the tips which I haven't telling in this video. Okay friends, next and last aspect we are going to see about writing. Writing, are we following writing? In this generation, we all forget to write, because we are studying in education, school, college, like that we are writing test, examination. But apart from that, I would tell that writing means which you have to write a journal. You have to follow a diary. Diary means you don't feel quite boring. I said that start journaling, because I to follow these steps in my life. When I started to include these steps, and journaling habit in my life, and I will see the difference and n number of realities and happenings into my life which in the positive affirmation. When I start to journal, I just took a paper or note, and you also do that. Just write a 5 sentence about a day, or just write a to-do list for the next day. Plan the day and plan the next day and describe the day like that. Just write a 5 sentence about the day, your affirmation and positive negatives, whatever the things came to your mind, just write in your paper. When you start to write in the paper, you have get a clarity among your journey, among especially in this English journey. So I would highly recommend these tips and these aspects. Please follow these aspects and see the beautiful results which flow into your life. Finally, we come to conclusion of the video. Yes friends, I already inform and share everything which I experienced myself in my life. The 4 aspects with the resources, how to use, what to use, how long you to use, and I shared everything with you. And now is the main thing which you have to follow in your life. If you have to follow these steps, means you need a consistency. Friends, definitely believe that consistency play a major and vital role to improve your English language. Because if you start these habits in your life, if you continue it for 1 week, after that you leave it, means you quit it, means just waste of time. Because consistency is the main thing you have to follow. If you make mistake, if you feel boring, means you don't worry, just try. Practice makes perfect, but I will say that mistakes makes you perfect. Because while I'm speaking, I make lot of mistake. If I feel no, I'm making mistake, people will laugh at me. If I think the negative thoughts in my mind, means I never improve my speaking skill. I never speak in front of you with this confidence. So mistakes makes you perfect. Start practice these tips and include these tips, implement in your daily life, and definitely see that you will see that, how can I say, definitely you will see the difference and improvement in your English journey. Okay friends, I hope that you all like this video, and if you did, like to my channel, subscribe to my channel, and let your comment in comment section. Let's see on another video. Till then, take care friends. Bye. Thank you.